Okay, everyone, welcome to the Abington Affordable Housing Trust Fund Committee, Monday, May 12th, 2025, 5 p.m., Abington Town Hall, Buckley Room. We're going to start with the Pledge of Allegiance, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, thanks, folks. We don't have any minutes right now, and we don't have a presentation by Habitat Project. Tomorrow morning, there's going to be a meeting. I know Liz and Kevin and myself and Jason are going to be meeting to talk about the housing production plan. If anyone's free, it's going to be at 9:30 in the morning. It's going to be here probably. So I can go to that for a brief time because I have something at 10 o'clock.
Yeah, me too.
But I'm told it'll be over quickly. It's something I wanted to, so we'll, at the next meeting, wherever that may be. And that brings us up to future meeting dates. I will be away in June. I will be, at this meeting day, I will be camping in Vermont, in case anybody wants to break it out.
So you're not going to be here June 9th?
June 9th. Oh, June 9th. Okay, I can come to the June 9th meeting.
Okay.
But I was thinking ahead to the July and August meetings.
Okay.
I was just wondering if we could skip the July and August meetings for the summer. A lot of boards do that.
As long as, then we could call one if
we
needed.
If we could call one, it was the
Yeah.
next, yeah, all right. So the next meeting will be on June 9th. Okay. All right, good, because we're going the last 2 weeks in June, going on Father's Day. Imagine going up to a campground on Father's Day. Well, we do it every year.
Nice.
Tons of fun. We check in on Sundays, generally when people are leaving, and we leave on Saturday when people are coming in. It's a strategy. It works out for us.
That's a good strategy.
Yep. Other meeting dates. There's also going to be the other thing that they're working on, for Old Colony Planning Council. I know that I don't think it affects this committee, but it also affects other committees. They were looking for representatives from the CPA and stuff like that. Did you see that, Ellen?
No.
Okay, I'll forward it to you.
Okay.
I think it's the new master plan that they're working on, OCPC is representing. So this is public knowledge, but, and did you also see the questionnaire that Jason from OCPC is putting out about the housing production plan?
Yes.
So that's a plug for this, folks, people watching this. Jason from Old Colony Planning Council is got a questionnaire for the housing production plan and stuff like that. I think you can access it on the town website, or if you come into town hall, you can pick up a copy of that.
And at the senior center.
And at the senior center, yeah. And, it doesn't have anything to do with housing, but it's good news. Chronicle did a story on Freddie Villa the other night, and they said that his restaurant is going to open on June 1st.
Great.
So lines will be out the door. I'm sure we'll welcome him back.
I wanted to go back to the housing production plan. So are we going to individually discuss it like here and do it like section by section, or you're strictly doing it with Jason, or how is that working?
I think I'm going to contact Jason, and I know when I talked to him last time, well, I'll find out more about it tomorrow, where they're at. And if we have draft copies of each section, it would be good to be able to discuss that.
Okay.
So I'll talk to him about that tomorrow. I'm going to put that in my notes. Discuss when chapter copies will be available. Copies will be available for review. Does that sound good?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, great. And nothing new and notable going on in town. Again, the thing over on Summer Street by the train station is just blasting right along, and it's not strictly an affordable housing project, but it is a 40B, and there will be a number of units, some more like 40 or something like that.
25.
20, 25?
25%.
I think, 25%. I think it's 40 something. It's 191 units altogether.
Okay.
I believe.
I don't know who's taking notes. I am, so kind of sort of total.
I think it's 191.
And then like 40-something units affordable.
It's about in that
It's
range.
right in that range,
Yeah.
yeah.
40 something.
Yeah, I think it's about 40 units.
And I was talking to the building inspector, and he thinks that thing will probably be done by the end of the year,
Wow.
because it's just blasting right along. And it's a lot of it's prefab, panels, not the building sections, but the walls and stuff like that are prefab and stuff like
Yep.
that. It's a very busy site. I go by there because I'm interested in all things construction, being chair of the planning board, so.
It's certainly going to be interesting to see the dynamics of it when it's done and the people that are living there and
Well, you know,
if I'm going to be able to get out of my driveway
yeah,
anytime
oh
soon.
God. Well, you know, I live near 121 Randolph Street.
Yeah,
And, you know, there's traffic and stuff like that, and I was concerned, because that's, you know, that's, was it, Ken Coyle did that, not Ken Coyle, not our Ken Coyle, but the developer from Wayne, Ken Ryder. Ken Ryder did that. And I was concerned about the traffic, because Kathy and my wife and I take walks through there frequently, and it's like a small village over there.
It
oh,
is.
yeah.
They got a lot of apartments in
Yeah.
that place.
Yeah.
And they got a lot of school children, you know. I've been involved in planning for a very long time, and every one of these projects say, oh, there won't be any kids. Yeah, and we can hear the kids playing, and
Oh, they
and you go
always
by
said
there
there's
and you
no
see the
kids.
little trikes and stuff
Oh,
like
yeah,
that over
they're
there.
not being marketed to families, they're being marketed to professionals that are going to Boston or whatever, and
Yeah.
it's all, you know, and then you see the school buses pulling into them, you know, it's like,
Yeah.
oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
There's
Ellen,
always gonna be kids.
I'm gonna impose upon you, you're pretty familiar with the Habitat project, right?
Yep.
Can you talk a little bit about it in their absence, please?
They haven't given me so they were going to have the timeline, and they were going to come in and discuss the timeline. I didn't hear from anybody today that they weren't coming, so I'm assuming that they're coming. But I did want to mention a couple of other things other than Habitat, that 1015 Plymouth Street, the LaPointe project, nothing is happening on that at this time. There's no buyer. It's sort of at I don't know if you call it a standstill. I don't know what they're planning, what their plan is. And also last month, you had asked about the balance of the trust. So it had been 345,000, and then 100,000 was taken out for Habitat, but it didn't seem like the money had increased, so I just want to read, this is sort of correspondence, I guess you could put it under. He said that there was $250K in CPA money available for transfer this fiscal year, and that a vote is required by the CPC, and there's another $250K in CPA money available next fiscal year, starting July 1st, and a vote will be required. So I said to him, I thought that we had voted on both of those, and what does he need to actually transfer the money into the Affordable Housing Trust? And he said notification and a copy of the minutes would be ideal. So I asked Kelly Johnson and Rachel Collins, who's the chair, if they could send the necessary paperwork, and Kelly responded and said she could not find anything in her notes that we had taken an official vote to transfer the FY25 amounts over to the trust. She said we typically would not meet again until August, and I can get both the FY25 and 26 on the agenda to transfer then. However, if the committee needed that money sooner, I could also get a quick meeting scheduled sooner so the FY25 account can be transferred. Just let me know. So I told her I would bring it up at the meeting tonight. So do you want... We'd have to have a special CPC meeting to do it, or are you comfortable with waiting? But if a project came up, we could ask them to do it, because
I think we should wait. If a project comes up, then we can ask for a special
Okay,
CPC.
all right,
meeting.
okay.
Okay. And just to clarify, I got an email from Nick Jenks, 412 Summer Street. The one going up is 198 units with 50 affordable.
198, 50
50
affordable.
affordable, that's what he said.
Okay,
Wow.
that sounds right.
198?
198 units.
Huh.
And it's,
That's
now
more
it's
than-
we have to get used to calling it 412 Summer
Yeah,
Street.
412 Summer Street. But for people out there, this is
Yeah.
the project over by the train station. Abington train station,
And it was how many affordable?
50.
50?
Yeah, I mean, this is the building commissioner, zoning enforcement officer, Nick Jenks telling me this, so I'm assuming that he's correct.
Wow.
But,
You know how, when it went up to 198?
Yeah, I don't know either. I thought it was 191 or 192.
Yep.
well, it's huge.
Huge,
It's
yep.
huge. It's huge.
Are they like adding parking, or is it just gonna be like a?
It's crazy, you know,
free-for-all?
there's parking garages,
All
not,
those-
not multi-level, but there's,
All along where the tracks are.
Okay.
Yeah.
Those smaller
Oh, yeah.
buildings, that's all parked.
Okay.
Additional rent, of course.
Yep.
but they can't, you know, it's crazy, up in North Avenue Center. Did you ever notice that the people who live in those newer houses there, they park in the parking lot for the park? And,
And some of the, I think the postal employees park there too.
yeah, but I think a lot of people who live in those houses park.
Oh,
in those parking lots.
I'm pretty sure they do too.
So when there's, you know, sport, and this has nothing to do with affordable housing, but just making an observation as a citizen, it just seems, you know, when people attend events there. And of course, CPA just gave money to have new, not pickleball courts, but like,
Street hockey
Street hockey.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
and
Yeah.
basketball
yeah.
Yep.
and new playground.
And, yeah, and, you know, that's gonna attract more people and stuff like that. And, you know, parking is always a big deal with that. But I think we talked about that. That was mentioned at that seminar that we had at Martin's restaurant there, you know, downtown North Abington
Yep.
and stuff like that, so. Oh, I also wanted to bring up, I don't know if I'm gonna go to this, but Mass Housing Partnership. Housing Institute is gonna be June 4th and 5th. And it's gonna be out in Western Massachusetts or Worcester. So anyway, I wish I could go to it. I have a conflict on both of those days. But I know that Kevin said that he was gonna go to it.
Kevin Cogan.
Kevin
Yeah.
Cogan said he was gonna
Yeah.
go to it. The Housing Junkies, and of course, I'm on the board of Citizens Planner Training Collaborative. And I know that several of my CTPC, Jesus, we have all these initials at this meeting tonight. I always say, spell out the acronyms, because, you know, people watching
Don't
at
know what they
home
are?
don't understand what these things are. I reviewed capstone student preservations at Bridgewater State master's degree programs, and the kids are always talking in acronyms. I'll say, spell it out, you know, so.
I'm just gonna look at my phone and see if I have any updates on Habitat.
Yeah, because it's 5:15 now.
Yep.
Yeah.
So with 50 affordable units, is that gonna be our biggest affordable housing?
I think
Complex
so.
in the town?
I think so.
Yeah.
Well, again, you know, like Ellen said, there's subsidized units the town has, plus that big complex at the end of Chestnut Street, you know, by the infamous, well, no, I think it's good, the Rotary down
Yeah.
there, you know.
Yeah.
I think that's better than the four-way it replaced.
Mm-hmm.
My wife drove through that four-way every day for 25 years going to work.
Yeah.
So it wasn't fun.
Yeah.
Kathy to have to do it.
No.
Yeah. You know what? I gave them the wrong date. I put May 15th. That's
Oh,
why
no.
they're not here. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
Well, now we have an explanation on why they're not here.
Let us know how it goes on Thursday.
Okay, so I'll tell them next month's June 9th.
Ninth,
You're
correct.
Okay.
you're gonna come and meet him on the 15th?
Yeah, I'm gonna come here and meet them on the 15th.
You can get the update and then we can.
Well,
can
just
go
in
over
case
it.
they show up.
Oh, my Lord, I'm so sorry. I'm so glad I finally looked, because I figured they were very good about responding
And we
before.
advertise this on public cable television.
If they
We
have,
people from
like,
Habitat here.
if they want to email us also, like, we can look at it ahead of time too.
Yeah,
I was kind of looking forward to it.
If they have a plan.
so June
Why is
9th.
why is that adorable little house just sitting there? It looks like it needs occupants.
Yeah, they're finishing up a
they're
project, I
working
think
on
they're
it.
finishing up a project in Cohasset right now.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, so now we know why they're not here. Wow, that was a big mistake.
Okay, well, it's no big deal.
Okay.
So, we've done the Pledge of Allegiance. We won't be able to do the minutes. Oh, I suppose we should mention to the folks at home, Board of Selectmen's meeting tonight, and one of the items on your agenda is a new Selectmen's liaison, Select Board's liaison to this committee. And I suppose that explains why Suzanne isn't here tonight. But between Ellen and myself, we'll cobble up some minutes from this meeting tonight. And, because I've been sort of taking notes. And so that's hopefully at our June 9th meeting, which probably be the last meeting, probably take off in July and August, that we could having a meeting if we needed one, or if something came up.
Yep.
Otherwise, I'd like to take that time off, because people go on vacations then. And I say future meeting dates, and we did that. And other business, we've been talking about a lot of different things about what's been going on in Abington tonight and stuff like that.
I have something I would like to say. So
Not
I got,
resigning.
I'm not going to go for reappointment.
Oh, no.
I got the email from Nancy on Friday, as did Pam, and I've been thinking about it. So I just wrote up a little thing that I would like to read to everybody.
Sure.
After much thought and consideration, I've decided not to seek reappointment to the trust. I was appointed to the Affordable Housing Committee before the trust was even formed in 2020, and transitioned to the trust when it was formed in 2021, and reappointed in 2023. I am very proud of what the trust has accomplished, particularly assisting with the purchase of the Habitat for Humanity home. I will continue to work with Habitat on this home, just not as a trust member. I'll also always be available to the trust, including any questions on old business. You know, I have a million notes here, so reach out anytime, or anything on current items. My plan is to pursue other interests that I have related to Abington, along with new volunteer opportunities that have come up. Thank you to the current trust members, along with former Chair Ken Coyle, Liz Shea, Kevin Cogan, Scott Lambiase, and others for always working together to better our town for those in need. I'm sure you'll all continue to do great things. So I made the decision, you know, we've got some stuff going on in our own life, but there's other things that I want to do in town, and I feel like it's just time for me. I'll probably still attend meetings, but I can't just walk
Hard
away.
to give it up
Yeah, so,
completely.
Yeah, so.
So I hope you'll
sad to
attend next
see.
month's meeting.
Oh, I'll be here next month. Yeah, because I'm not officially done till the end of June. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
good, good.
Well, we appreciate everything you do, and the town appreciates all the stuff you do everywhere. So
Thank you.
I'm sure your next project you'll have a lot of fun at.
Yes, I will.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, I've known you for a long time, Ellen. and
Yeah.
I think you're awesome.
Thank you,
And,
thank you.
Yeah, and I think everybody here, you know, we're all volunteers here. We don't get salaries. We don't get insurance benefits.
Yeah, I've learned so much.
Yeah.
It's been incredible.
Yeah.
You know, I knew nothing about affordable housing coming in, and then I got on the Housing Authority, so you know, I've expanded, and the
Oh, yeah.
CPC and
Yeah.
Council on
You're
Aging
on
and
a
all that
lot.
stuff, so.
You're doing a lot
yeah,
everywhere. and,
yeah.
Yeah, we will miss
So
you.
it just felt like it was time.
We'll miss you, but we'll see you all the time.
Yeah, you'll see me all the time. You know, you'll-
Small town.
You have no idea how many people she's introduced me to when we were working the election last month.
That's right, you
yeah,
guys,
yeah.
yeah,
I
you
met
guys do
the,
that.
I met the whole town.
Yeah, all 500 that voted.
Yeah, we had a good excuse. We were away that day. No, but I absentee balloted.
There you go.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I did my
Yeah,
part.
so you did
Yep.
vote. Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, Bob Soper said, "Did you vote for me?" But, and you know, we had the planning board reorganization last week, and I was voted reappointed chair,
Congratulations.
which is great. And, you know, we had a very short meeting, but I was home early. I had a PACOM meeting earlier today. It went 2 hours. This is United Church of Christ Pastoral. Anyway,
Yep.
usually marathon meetings usually go 4 hours. It went 2 hours today.
Wow.
So, separation of church and state, folks. Okay, unless anyone has anything else to discuss, I'd ask for a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn?
Second.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for watching at home, and please come or view our June 9th meeting when we have the correct date for people from Habitat Community to come. Thank you.